What we just lost one?
We did. Lauren Hill.
We just lost one.
We like.
Listen. Okay. We back. Listen, let me get in the middle of this camera here. Okay. All right, listen. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. YouTube, Tastemakers Pop. All right. That be Bree. That be not Cross, but that be Charles.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
That's Charles. That's Bree. I'm Quote. We at Tastemakers for the night. For real. Goss might jump in a little later. He may or may not. No big deal there. But we hanging out tonight. Yeah, I mean, we got some interesting things to go through and whatnot. And so, we doing what we doing, giving y'all just a little taste of the culture. It's a Tastemakers Pod. A lot of things going on in the world. We're going to talk about it. You know what I mean? We're going to get these ideas off, these opinions off, have these discussions, these perspectives, and all of the above. So that is definitely what is going to be popping on tonight. Appreciate you guys hanging out, chilling with us. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, do all the many things. Go ahead and hit that share button and tell a neighbor, tell a friend. It's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, and it's time for the Tastemakers Pod. Now listen, shouts out to Blessed One right there. Before we get into it, we got to do the mental health check. We got to see how everybody be. We just can't get in here, talk about topics, just be yabbing and really not checking in with folk. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and check in and see how everybody's week been. Let's go ahead and start with Charles. Charles, how your week been, man?
Man, my week's been cool. I appreciate this balmy 50-degree whatever weather we got. The fact that would be considered balmy is wild because I know everybody, all my people back in LA right now is like, oh yeah, no, it's like 70-something degrees. They also just have floods though. So, it's
We just have
LA
floods.
have floods. Yeah, LA it flooded in LA. It was really weird to see. I mean, they had enough rain to where just certain streets and whatnot were flooded through, and in certain spots where it's like don't normally happen there. So the earth is crazy right now. Earth is ghetto.
Yeah.
Earth is ghetto.
But yeah, no, aside from all that, everything's good. Wife is good. Kids are good. Checking in with folks. Everybody's straight. So no complaints.
That's what's up. Good to hear. All right, again, we see you guys. All right, we can see that you guys are hanging out here with us. But, don't be a stranger. Don't just be a fly on the wall. Make sure to let us know that you're here so we can recognize you, give you your respect that you are in the building so we can see how you're doing this week, so we can make sure to hear the feedback from y'all. So just make sure to say that you are in the building right here, right in the chat, so we can definitely communicate with you because our show ain't our show without you. All right, I'm going to go next, and then we're going to come to Bree. You feel what I'm saying? My week has been pretty cool, pretty chill. It's been busy, you know what I mean? Just been busy, but it's been like a good busy. And what's most important is I've had the energy to take care of it. So work has been good, but thank God I've been excelling at work. I do my teens. I teach the teens at my church. I'm over the teens, so I do that on Tuesday nights. I do Tastemakers Pod on Wednesday nights, and on Thursday I teach the young adults. And so we got our young adults line by line Bible study on Thursday night, and then this week we having a movie night on Saturday night with the young adults, where we'll all get up together in front of a screen and we'll watch actually Relationship Goals, which we're going to talk about a little bit tonight. And then we'll discuss it. We'll talk about the things, you know what I mean? Just, it'll just be, it's really, the movie's just an icebreaker to talk about relationships and having relationships when, you're supposed to be in Christ and whatnot like that. So that's all that really is. So we'll talk about that and we'll do that thing, you know what I mean? For sure. But the week has been good, y'all. I'm down about 11 pounds. In almost a month, you feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, feeling good on that. Energy, hydration is right, you feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's what's
You know
up.
what I mean? I'm feeling good about it, you know what I mean? So far, so good. No complaints. Feeling a little lighter on my feet right now. And just got energy. Energy's good, especially have a 10-hour shift. Like, I'm glad I got some energy. So, that's my week.
Love
Brina,
it.
how your week been, yo?
Let's see.
D.
You know,
Woke up this morning feeling.
so let me just start by saying the last 2 weeks have been extremely stressful. Enough. So what I found this morning made that even worse. So I haven't had any indication to be suspicious. Haven't noticed any red flags or anything with this particular man that I was seeing or was interested in me. That whole situation.
You've been trying to chase her down for like a good couple, 2-3 months.
Months.
He was on that for real. He was on that Steve Urkel, like I'm wearing you down.
I'm wearing you down. Shouts out to the wife in the chat. Of course, we already said what's up. Everybody else, make sure to say hi in the chat. What's going on, Bree? What happened? What you do?
So last night he said something that just kind of sounded weird. Because it's I think one of my pet peeves is like when people lie for no reason.
Why
This
you
was one of
always
those
lying?
This was one of those situations. So he just randomly said, hey, I got home. My apologies for, being late. I had to help my brother move a couch. I said, didn't you do that last week?
We didn't use that line before.
I think I didn't get to really do that back then.
We moving the other couch.
The other couch. So
the other couch.
It was something that he had already said, and that made me uncomfortable. And I just told him, I'm like, hey, something seems off. And that was the last text I sent last night. And
then she leaned back and she put her feet up and said, "Forget your couch."
So I woke up this morning and I just prayed. I said, God, if there's something I need to see, let me see it. So I figured I got all of his info. All of his info.
Y'all don't know. No, by all of his info, she's talking about God. He don't speed down. So she asked, so he was like, all right, I got you.
I put his information in my case and found a marriage that I knew nothing about. Home marriage.
Your old husband out in the streets.
Yeah. So, obviously the first thing I did was, I went to check his socials. I checked her socials. They still follow each other. So at least I had that if he tried to use the excuse to say he didn't know who she was.
But I thought she died.
See, again, I'll get to that part later.
Sorry, y'all. It's clearly we all talk to each other off mic, off air, so it's details that we have.
A lot. Yeah, a wife died. So, I put that in the group chat this morning and that just kind of blew up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Kind of blew up at 6 a.m. So I got to work and he was there. Went through the whole morning ritual, texted me good morning. I saw it, read the text, didn't respond. Texted me again, are you okay? I read the text, didn't respond. And then he said, did I do something? Read the text, did not respond. So I waited until like after lunchtime to just kind of ask after I processed everything. I said, is there anything that I should know about you that I don't? And he said, no. I've been an open book. You know everything about me. I said, okay. He was like, well, this just seems
it's that other book
weird.
It's that other book that you
yeah,
you had the 66, but you ain't had the book of Enoch.
No.
The book was open, but it's about 5 or 6 chapters worth of pages all stuck together that you can't pull apart to read.
Stuck. He said that well, whatever's going on with you, he said, I hope you should pray about it. And he said, matter of fact, today is my fast day. So, I'll take a break and just say a prayer for you also. his fast day.
What he meant is he was being fast today.
He was being fast today. So I just told him, I said, I really don't want to, discuss this or get into this right now. So we can talk after work. And we did. And when I brought up the whole situation, he said, I don't know. And then he said, you know what? I think I know what you're talking about.
I think I know about her.
I think I know what you.
There was that one time where I
Yeah.
did marry that one chick. I remember this now.
I think I know what you talking about.
I do remember her. I do remember.
Wait, he didn't say that.
He did.
Oh
He did.
my God.
He very much did. He explained the situation. I mean, I'm not gonna get into that part of it, but it was a useless, unnecessary lie. Because what stops you from saying, I'm recently divorced, like upon meeting someone? Like, why waste a whole lie like that? So, yeah, it was a lot of crying and begging. I was not crying.
Oh, we didn't think you were.
Please, baby, please, baby. Listen now. What had happened was I didn't know
That
that
is
it was
very
such
much-
a big idea.
That is
didn't
very
know I
much
had
how
to-
that conversation went. It
He
was.
said, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes?
Listen.
Yeah, so that's not how I expected to spend my Wednesday, but here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
And then
Well,
she exhaled.
Mm-hmm. Then there was a text to see. He just checked to see if he was blocked.
oh. It's like a heat check. It's like you're in the NBA. You just heat check.
You can't heat check from the bench. That's not how that works. When you get pulled out the game, you getting pulled out the game is not the time for you to heat check.
Wow.
This is very true.
Wow.
This is very true.
Excellent.
He is very much a DNP right now.
Oh man.
So no.
Coach's decision.
Yeah.
Coach's decision.
Y'all did him like Chris Paul. It was like,
Yeah,
yeah, now
we
go
said-
ahead and retire that.
Wow.
They retired him before. Well,
Yeah.
That's
So
that's
you
my
gonna
point.
retire or we gonna release you? What's gonna happen here?
both.
He said, I just want to be home. It's like, we're gonna send you to the furthest regions of the NBA on the complete opposite corner of a map.
That was horrible.
Yeah. Well, as Bless once said, that's not relationship goals.
It's not.
That's
Absolutely
not
not.
relationship goals.
Absolutely not.
The wife said he was fasting from his marriage.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Plus, what said it was that one time I was in Vegas. I got drunk. I married this one chick. It's not what you think. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what we.
I wish that had been the excuse, but that wasn't even.
Oh my gosh.
That wasn't even
Yeah.
it. And the craziest thing is like, that's probably not the craziest like dating experience story I've ever had.
I've heard some of these stories.
It's the dating pool is trash. So that's just like evidence of it. Do I think the whole population is like that? No. But yeah, there's some raggedy ones out there, and this is why we use my case.
Hey, ain't there
Sorry
like a
that you had to
website?
endure that.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
the
yeah,
website.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, ain't. I'm saying, isn't there another joint like something like T or the T or something like that that ladies?
I
go
think
on
there is
and-
something like that. I have never been on that website though.
Okay. And just air dudes out. And you're like,
Yikes.
come get your man.
There are
Yikes.
Facebook groups for every city called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" I am in said.
It's not
group
worth
for-
it, yo. Like,
It's
Yeah, I
it's
don't- I don't-
crazy.
oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
I don't know, cause I don't got. I mean, like I said, I was talking about how much energy I got, and I ain't got that much energy. You feel what I'm saying? That's a lot of energy to try to manage multiple. I mean, I don't know what this is. You know what I'm
Multiple
saying?
situations. Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He said, this, "Are we
That's
dating the
insane.
same guy?" Was that R. Kelly and Usher? Same girl,
Mhm.
same. Oh man,
But
oh
the fact
man.
that that has to exist, that people even have to check in the first place, like,
Dudes be wildin'.
hmm
Dudes be wildin'. I
There's
don't
really
be
no way to
getting.
excuse it or explain it away. It just
no,
wow.
you can't. So that was my Wednesday.
So that's how our week's been. How has your week been? Y'all let us know in the chat how your week's going. Yeah, I mean, kind of, maybe some good things, maybe some bad things. Yeah, I mean, we want y'all to be heard in the chat. Let us know what is going on. So, of course, we got to talk about these topics, okay? We got to talk about the things that we are going to jump into tonight. I was trying to find an accent there, and I really couldn't hit it. So that is what it is. But listen, we're gonna talk relationship goals. All right, Method Man, Kelly Rowland, Devon Franklin, Pastor Mike Todd. We're gonna talk relationship goals. We're gonna talk about this national anthem that Brandy did in the All Star game because we was off last week, so we'll talk about that too. Uh, Unfortunately, we're going to talk about the passing a little bit of DJ I Rock Jesus and as well as Jesse Jackson. We'll talk about those a little bit. We're going to touch on comment section culture, like comment section culture. Like comment sections be it'd be wild in the comment section. I want to know, and we'll talk about it. If you get invited to dinner with Donald Trump, would you go? And I think that's the topics of the night. So I think that's kind of what we're gonna get in tonight. See what things are. But before we jump into these topics, y'all know how we do. It is the meme of the week. All right, all right. Everybody's got a meme. We're gonna check them out. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna cry. We're gonna joke. It's the meme of the weeks.
Okay,
All right, it's me.
Charles, this one is yours.
Yeah, Professor X. What's your superpower? Me. Hindsight, Professor X. That's not gonna help us. Me. Yes, I see that now.
Wow. Hindsight.
Listen,
It's
It,
2020.
it's be
it
2020,
is.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Don't I know it?
Did we get a hindsight as 2020 joke in the year 2020, or just
I
Yes,
was
don't
just
know.
yes,
was too
yes,
much
we
going
did.
on in the
It
year
was
2020 for us to
any and
even.
everything 2020 was it was the year of vision. It was the uh, dog. If there was a 2020 anything, it was exhausted in 2020.
Breeders on some don't I know it? Hindsight is
It's like
2020.
I always wonder why like there aren't more common themes. You know how every church has a the New Year's, thing?
Right.
Hmm.
They're all different every single year.
So for the last couple years, I know especially I remember 2024 I think it was. Like they was all similar. Like I was seeing a bunch of them that were like real similar, like a bunch of different churches. I was like, Cass is doing the same handbook. You know what I mean? Like for real, for real.
That's
But
because
normally
there's
you
a
write
lot
it.
that rhymes with 24 though.
Hmm.
Okay.
It was catchy.
Got you, got you, got you. What
One
you was
thing
about
is
to
for
say
sure.
about them all being different? What you about to say?
I just always wondered like if the themes are, coming from the same place, which they all should be, why are they not all the same?
Well,
I get
because
different churches might have like, there might be different, messages or different themes for each
church,
different, part of
each
church or community.
region,
Yeah.
each
But I
yeah,
just
okay.
always wondered like there's never like two that are it's always
I'm sure
extremely
there are
different.
two that are the same.
I'm sure
I'm
there
sure there
are.
are.
I'd imagine there's a
Like
I
lot of
the
don't
people who
know.
are just more concerned with being catchy than really being
that's
in
true
tune.
too. That's true
Yeah.
too. Probably. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Just thought.
Shouts out to business down there and said, yeah, I caught a live. Hey, y'all. Hey, appreciate you hanging out with
Hey,
us. No doubt, no doubt. And y'all know YouTube kind of changed something like probably a couple months ago where y'all's names are different or they don't come up as your names. They come up like a little different. So you might have to
Yeah,
tell us who you are while you're,
that's
Anyway.
lit.
Is that Lenny? Business Chef? Yeah, that
Hmm.
is Lenny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yo,
Let you
I feel like
always
her
catch
name's
it out.
changed like 3 times.
Business. I mean,
Has
Lenny, I
been.
do feel like your name was something different last month. Like, you changed something. But anyway,
Okay,
That's
what's
how
the
she
next
avoid
thing?
getting caught on my case.
that.
Oh, oh, you missed the my case joint. Yeah, it was
She
wild.
did. Oh man,
Uh,
that makes the joke that much funnier to me.
yeah.
Wow. All right, what's the
All
next
right.
meme?
This one is mine. I just heard a lady say, "Walk by faith, fight on sight."
Ah,
Kind of how I felt for a couple
she
hours.
said,
I'm
"Ladies'
sure. I'm
hands."
sure that she said that's how I felt for a couple hours. Yeah, like that is not the spirit of the text by any
It is not.
means.
She
It is
said, "When
not.
praises go up, we squabble up."
Fight on sight, just squabble up. Oh man, when we squabble up, blessings come down. That's wild.
Hmm.
That is wild. Okay,
All right.
y'all's meme was actually funny. Mine is a little extra, but it brings joy to my heart. For I'll tell you later why.
Okay. So we're gonna play it.
She's a Christian, but she doesn't read the Bible.
What if she can't read?
She's a Christian, but she doesn't like to
What
dress
if she
modestly.
can't read?
What?
That's not that bad.
She's a Christian, but she doesn't pray before eating her food.
Wait, what is he doing? Hold on, is that Old Testament though?
Huh?
Wow.
She's
What?
a Christian, but she can't cook.
How you gonna pick?
She's a Christian, but she's not in ministry.
You don't have to be. You don't have to, bro. You don't have to be part of. You said the Lord and then serve you.
Hello?
No.
Baby Jesus. Hey, she gotta be done with the ministry. If she don't want to preach the word, it's over, bro.
Amen.
It's over.
Amen.
You gotta know that early in the game.
Amen. She's a Christian, but she listens to Drake.
Nah.
That's your vibe. That's your vibe. That's your vibe.
She listens to Drake.
I'm still listening to Drake.
She's a Christian, but she only goes to church when she feels like it.
Nah.
There's always
Bro, he about to
one.
get hit by a car the way he took off.
Okay, she's a Christian, but she asks what your zodiac sign is.
If you ask my zodiac sign, have a good night.
I rebuke you.
Alright, she's a Christian, but your mom doesn't like her. She's a Christian, but on Saturdays she's at the club, and on Sundays she's at church.
That don't change nothing. Wait.
Let me help you out. Let me help you out.
Truck, close the truck. Back it up. Back it up.
That's pretty funny.
Are you serious, my brother?
What if she
She's a
work at the
Christian,
club?
but she wants to be a stay-at-home mom.
Why is that a
What are
butt?
these questions?
So yeah. Listen. I mean, really, I don't know what it is with my heart right now. Like, I just like to see young adults doing church stuff.
Those were children, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see young people doing church stuff. Okay, like for real. I just like seeing young people doing church stuff, doing stuff related to church, the Bible, the Lord. I just, it just does my heart good. You know what I
That
mean?
was cool.
I'm really getting old. That's what this means.
You rejoiced when you saw that video.
I'm sure you
I guess
did.
I guess I did. I mean, I've seen those before, but
Yeah.
normally I see the girl versions of those. I don't see the guy versions of those. So I was like, oh, we got a guy version. A bunch of guys that love the Lord at a young age.
I'm surprised. I'm just happy I didn't hear anybody when the whole she's a Christian, but she goes to the club on Saturday, then goes to church on Sunday. Nobody sat around and was like, but I could fix it. Because that'd be a thought.
Yo, they let's be honest, Charlie. Let's be honest. Charlie Brown from back in the day. I had to go back in the day so let's be honest, Charles. We all was that guy.
Yeah, but I'm just
20s.
That's why I'm saying I'm glad I didn't hear them say
it. You know what I mean? She don't want to be saved. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We all thought that we could fix them back then.
Everybody's experience. Everybody's either had a project or it's been a project.
Yeah.
I remember I chased after this Jehovah Witness chick once, yo. I was gonna get her. I was coming.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I was coming with it too. This is why your watchtower nonsense. Boom, boom, boom. As I'm taking you out on dates. You feel what I'm saying? Then she hit me with the joint. She was like, you know what? I really wasn't even checking for the Jehovah's Witness joint. But after seeing how strong your faith is for what you believe, it strengthened my faith for what I believe. It was like, Lord, I'm sorry.
You drove her right into.
So it backfired.
Listen, total backfire.
Oh,
like, you're such an upstanding guy. Now I want to be that. I'm like, what? No, that's not how this was supposed to work. It was supposed to work like this. It's supposed to get saved.
I would love to know what she's doing now.
It's a good question.
Still at the Kingdom Hall.
Still at the Kingdom Hall. Knocking on doors every Saturday.
It's probably a whole troop of angels just mad. Like, we almost
had her. Then this nigga came in talking nice, taking her out, showing her things, cracked the Bible open with her and made her believe more on her stuff. What in the world? My bad.
That's funny.
That missionary work ain't work. Missionary dating. That's what we used to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Missionary dating.
It's still called that.
Is it still called that?
Unfortunately.
Don't save. Anyway, so those are the memes of the weeks. Let's get into the topics. First topic. If you ain't seen the movie, it's on Prime Video. You should check it out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. You know what I mean? We'll start with spoiler alerts. It's also in movie theaters too. And maybe
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
It's in a few movie theaters as well. Maybe we will not fully talk about the movie. Maybe we won't do. Come on. Okay, let me back up. It's been out since the week before Valentine's Day. But also, let's not kid ourselves. We all know how this movie goes. It's a rom-com. It's not like we all don't know the formula in which rom-coms happen. All rom-coms are the same in format. You feel me? So, I mean, I could say spoiler alert and whatnot, but it's not like you don't already know what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, do we need to say spoiler alert or no?
Listen, I throw it out there for anything in case there's an opportunity that someone hasn't seen it.
Okay.
True.
Okay. I don't think there'll be a lot of spoilers. I think we'll be. I don't think we'll spoil a lot. So we'll just keep it real simple. What did you think about the movie? And we'll start with we'll start with Brina.
Overall, I thought it was a good movie. um, for what it was. Like, is it something I'd watch again? Coming from someone who watches a lot of Hallmark movies, yeah. I mean, it fits that genre. It had Christian tones, themes, that sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't say it was great, but I thought it was a good movie. I'll kind of start
Okay.
with that.
All right, we'll start there. Of course, we'll revisit and ask more questions in a second. Charles, your thoughts overall relationship goals.
I will sum it up in the way that my wife did when we finished watching it. She was like, I was like, what'd you think? She said, corny, but cute.
Corny but
I
cute.
feel like that accurately captures it.
Okay. Listen, we've all seen Devon Franklin movies. We knew what this was going to be. You feel what I'm saying? And so, I mean, shouts out to Pastor Mike Todd. Of course, it's based off of his book. I think it was dope, to have a lot of these mainstream characters in it. I mean, from Method Man to Kelly Rowland to what's her name, the comedian. She's more of a
I can't think
comedian
of her
writer.
name either.
Robin Thede, man, Robin
Yes.
Thede. She's a beast.
This was the first serious thing I've ever seen her in.
Yes, this is the first dramatic kind of role that you ever seen Robin really do, where she just wasn't on comedy, really the whole time. So that was kind of cool. Listen, we ain't gonna hold you. Very formulated rom-com. Very, you know exactly what's gonna happen. You're gonna yarn, maybe a little bit like Charles just did, right?
Hilarious.
But it was cute. You know what I mean? And it was executed fairly well. But it's not going to surprise you. You feel what I'm saying? There's going to be nothing's what you think is going to happen in the movie is going to happen in the movie. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Without us, fully spoiling it for you. What you think is going to happen is going to happen. But
I think there was a slight bit of overacting, but then once you kind of just settle into, oh, that's what it's going to be, then
yeah.
yeah.
And I think the overacting, even mostly done probably by Kelly and her friend, probably. Would you say, or who? All of them, actually. I guess you could say that.
All of them except for honestly, Robin.
Except for Robin.
Yeah, hers was very much like, okay, she settled into what the character should be and was portraying the most realistic version. And maybe because I've seen Method Man in other things, just the contrast in some of his other roles versus probably the direction he was given in here, he was definitely overacting.
Yeah,
Kelly gonna overact every time.
Yeah, you could tell they were given that direction too. Like, it's a true blue rom-com Hallmark situation. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It, that's just what it is. So, also one thing I can say, man, Meth getting old. A little bit, right? Meth getting old.
First of all, I'm not commenting on that man because I know how women feel about that man.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. And of course, if you see the movie, you're gonna see the Method Man abs. You feel what I'm saying?
That's not all we saw, but we saw the abs.
Oh Lord!
You know who else gets
See, here we go.
Here
we go. All I saw was I'm like, man, that dude is older than me, and you know what I mean, he got them abs. You know what I mean? I'm like, go ahead, cat. You know what I mean? But that nigga look, he getting old. He getting old. You know what I'm saying?
How old is he?
Honestly, I don't. Method Man is like
got to
in
be
his 50s.
what, early 50s?
Yeah. Okay.
They just lost somebody who they just lost one of the people that started Wu-Tang. He was 52, and I think he might have been older than all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brina, did you Google it?
Googling.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Method Man's age, not just Method Man.
Right, Brina. Listen.
He's
okay,
54.
somebody say 54.
54.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Thank you. So yeah, Meth is getting up there, but Meth, he played his role in this as well, and I thought it was cool on that. But it's a cute, wholesome film. like I said, I'm actually gonna probably watch it with some of my young adults on Saturday. Like I
Hmm.
said, just for the purposes of really getting relationship and Christians and dating and that whole conversation going. Yeah, I mean, you just you use anything as a or we were talking about this earlier in the group chat. I try to use anything as a ministry tool. If I'm saying if I could use it, you know what I mean. So
Hmm.
we'll talk about it, have a good time, do a little fellowship, act a little funny, you know what I mean, act a little silly and whatnot, and it'd be cool.
Okay.
I guess the other thing I say about the movie, I've never in my life seen any footage of Mike Todd being this demure ever. I'm not a big Mike Todd follower, so I'll say that admittedly, but every clip I've seen of him, he been on the extras every time. So
He
just
was
kind of
kind of toned
watching
down
this, I
in
was
this
just
film.
like, huh, okay. And in a sense, all the way down to, so the spoiler is not a big spoiler because it's not plot point or nothing like that, but they're filming him in his church and the worship experience, and they have some interviews or whatever in there. And the way all of that came off, I'm like, is this the same church from all these YouTube clips and everything else? Because
See,
It's
I
just
would say that, and you already said you don't really follow him like that, and I don't think that I do either. But I enjoy Mike's sit down conversations. I do enjoy that. I enjoy his interviews, his sit down conversations where people are interviewing him, and just that whether it's the Breakfast Club, whether it's his his one of his mentors
Mhm.
Tim Ross, whether it's mini cats. I like to sit and watch it like that, and Mike be chill when he just be talking,
but I'm
but
not
when
even talking about the just talking. Like even the clips they showed him where he was supposed to be delivering the word and praying in the church service part, I was just like, even all of that looks like they said, okay, look, we can't have all this extra whatever we got. Maybe it was like, oh, we only got a budget for this much, so look,
y'all
just
be
keep it
Yeah,
acting
he's
light.
like
not.
Mike Todd be in the rafters every
You spit
Sunday.
in a
Man,
man's
he's not
face.
using props in conversation though. He doesn't need props for
Not
that.
every
He's
But that's what
Sunday
I'm
just
though,
saying.
talking.
Like
guys.
it don't have to be in the conversation. I'm not talking about when he was sitting and having the conversation. And I think it
Hmm.
was really good to was that's his actual wife, right? That was
Hmm.
in
Yeah,
the movie. That's
yeah.
really dope that she was in there with him. And I don't follow him. I've never seen that woman before.
Really?
So I was like, look, that's what's up. She getting some shine. She has some lines. Like it was good to see. I just know
Yeah. I mean, but
I've seen
they
him.
was
I've seen him on a boat with a moat. I've seen him spit in a man's eye. I've seen it,
I thought you were gonna
literally
go
the
green eggs
clips
and
I've
ham. I
seen.
That's
saw
what
him
I
on
That's
a
was
what it
waiting
felt.
boat
for
with the
That's
too.
what it
moat.
felt like.
I
I
saw him
seen
on
him
a
in a
train.
coat on a train in the
No, I'm just saying all the clips that I've
train.
seen and the different bits of the services that, of course, make socials and everything else. And I understand that those are
Those make
snippets or
clips
whatever.
make socials for a reason. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
And I understand those clips make social for a reason. But it seemed like he had a good, at one point in time, probably about a 5, 6 month stretch where every week or every other week, there was something new. And it was something outlandish or extravagant or over the top, which then was like, oh, but
Yeah.
this is hip, this is new, this is fresh, this is what's appealing to the young people. And they're flocking to, where's it, Oklahoma?
Yep.
To
Tulsa.
see,
Tulsa.
they're flocking to
Tulsa.
see what it's all about. And it's like, so now it's the entertainment factor. And this, in the movie, again, again, not a follower, haven't listened to his word and
It's
everything else.
just it's just
But
good bait.
in the movie, so it's bait to spit in the man's eye. Quote, I'm sorry, I'm never gonna let that fly.
It was his brother, number one, right? And Jesus did do it.
Jesus did it. You're not healing me.
Are we
So what are
not
you spitting on
followers
me
of
for?
God? Do we not?
I
What
think,
slave is better than his master?
yeah, I think it was just a bad decision. Like he
Well, he
thought that was gonna
apologized
go a
for it,
lot
right? You know what I
differently.
mean?
He thought it was gonna land a
And it
lot
wasn't the first
differently
time
than
he
it
had done
did.
it, and it's his brother. His brother
Mm-mm.
allowed him to do it. Presentation stuff. It is what it is. You got to know your audience. You feel me?
I hear what you're saying. I
You
think
got
I,
to
I
know
think
your
in
audience.
all seriousness, like I said, this was like the most demure I've seen him. But I do believe that and I don't know how long he's been in ministry, how long he's been doing stuff. I think you see a lot of people do things and try things early on, and then as they grow, as they mature, they start to settle a little more to be like, you know what? I found my groove. It doesn't take all of that, or it doesn't take this. Or for some of them, it might be like, yeah, no,
I
that's
think,
who I am, so that's how it's
yeah,
gonna be.
yeah. I think there's a little bit of
And
just a refinement, maybe. You feel what I'm saying? There's a little bit of refinement.
mhm,
I still think Mike does like artistic, over the top presentations of the word. I think he still likes that and does that, and I think his congregation likes that as well. But Mike
Drewski
is
liked
getting
it too.
older. Drewski liked it too. That's foul. That's so foul. But anyway, his congregation, I mean, not his congregation, but Mike is getting older. I mean, you know, he got kids, he got a wife, boom, boom, boom. But I mean, honestly, he's doing a good job stewarding his situation, especially from a financial standpoint. And I know
Yeah.
that can be lauded as being something surfacely, but no, like they're really stewarding things, and you know how quickly and how easy it is to not steward
We've seen it
finances.
so many
We've
times.
seen it so many
Yeah.
freaking times. So the fact that you know that does speak to a level of integrity and character. And like I said, I've never really watched his sermons. That's not my thing, right? But I know a lot of young adults and even my little brother, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be, where he won't really checking for nobody, but he would check for Mike. You feel what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. You feel what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
appreciate that. But I think Mike's gonna be all right. I think there was growing pains and whatnot. There was education and learning and stuff like that. But I don't think Mike's ever had a crooked heart by any means.
Oh no,
By no
No,
means. And for
I
people
don't
I don't
know.
and
think
I
so
don't
either.
yeah and I don't think any
Mm.
of us think that at all. But you know, you go into a comment section and people will throw that on you real quick. You feel what I'm saying? They judge your whole motives and whatnot just like that. So you know.
Are there any other books or sermon series that you think that could have been turned into a romantic comedy, or do you think that's just the perfect situation for somebody like Mike Todd?
Yeah. For you to have a number one
Yo,
selling book called Relationship Goals, it's a perfect joint to turn into a movie, isn't it?
I ain't even gonna hold you. We talking rom coms. If
Oh
someone
man.
decided to figure out a
Black
way
rom
to,
coms?
right, if somebody wanted to take TD Jakes' emotions, that I think would be hilarious. The idea of navigating that depth of relationship,
Hmm.
but trying to have that in the background with like I have a friend who this dude he's so crazy. When people get married, he'll make them a mixtape for their wedding night, and then he'll just slip Total Praise in there as a song. And the whole point is, if you make it to this song, you doing it wrong. Something like that in a He Motions movie script.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Um my
I
whole
wonder if he still does it now.
my tablet, which I
I don't know
had
what to say.
the rest the rest of our topics on, my
I
tablet just
thought you were
died.
going towards like sacred love songs. I'm like, that can't be the soundtrack.
Cause
Because if I
No.
Satin
ever hear
Sheet
Satin Sheets,
Slide.
no.
That's hilarious.
Why do you have that committed to memory?
What
Yeah.
Satin Sheet Slides? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
Yes.
I did not listen to it, but at that time it was a big ordeal.
You know what though? This is the same dude who used to clean heart his way into some lips. So, and for
Yeah,
those of you who
that's
don't know
It
what I'm
wild.
talking
happened
about,
one
he
time,
definitely
okay?
was.
I made out to a chick to Fred Hammond one time, and y'all won't let me let it go. I was a
Absolutely not.
teenager. I was a teenager,
And the
okay?
legend still lives to this day.
He's a Doberman.
Listen,
A
but
Brian Carr movie.
see,
I don't
see.
know. I don't know.
So, but I guess that brings up our next topic. That was our just talking about relationship goals. I encourage everybody to go see it just to support
Yeah,
Christian
see it,
stuff. It's
please.
a good
Mm-hmm.
rom com. It's black. It's Christian. It's mild. You ain't got to worry about no craziness. You know what I mean, or nothing like that. Or seeing nothing that you ain't supposed to see. Whatever the
Unless you're
case may
sensitive to
be.
alcohol.
It ain't really no alcohol in that joint either, though. For real, for real.
Just drinking a Cosmo.
He's drinking a Cosmo. He is drinking a Cosmo. He did. But yeah, I encourage y'all to go see it. It's cute. It's a good date night movie for sure. For maybe you and the spouse, or maybe you and the future miss, whatever that might be. Again, I'm using it this Saturday for my young adults to watch it, so that we can have some conversation, eat some good Mexican food, and hang out a little bit. Hanging with the young people make me young, I think. Anyway, with all that being said, we talked about comment sections and how comment sections, you would think all kinds of crazy stuff, but I just want to talk about comment section culture real quick. You know what I mean? Like when I say the word comment section, like what do y'all immediately think? What comes to mind? Yada yada yada. Chat, let us know. When you hear comment section, like what comes to mind? What are your thoughts?
Lecrae. That's the first thing I think.
Because they always be coming for Cray, don't they?
Always. I don't care what he does.
You know what? In 2026, and I don't know if it's the podcast, the deep joint or whatnot, the deep end, but slowly, I think Cats is coming off of Cray. They is not on his neck like they've been on his neck in 2026. Low key. I mean, I go to the comment section especially to see like who in here is about to kill Cray. And it ain't they. I mean, maybe I might be missing it, but it seems like it might be making a turn.
I think you know what? I think if we're gonna be honest, I think the people who were trying to kill Lecrae before in the comment sections were doing it based upon his music, and a lot of times it was because he started calling them out on things that the Saints should be called out on in music. A lot of his interviews aren't necessarily dealing with those topics, and to be frank, I don't even think a lot of those listeners followed him into the podcast space.
Oh, I don't know. He's had a couple interviews where, well, maybe the people in the comment section, they might not have been going after him, but they'll go after guests that they don't like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure they will.
That too.
Yeah.
But he's handling this deep. I mean, honestly, come on. I think Cray has actually handled majority of the stuff well throughout his career. We've seen some dips and whatnot, and he's been very transparent, very vulnerable in the books or whatever the case may be. But I even think the way he's even stewarding this podcast is really good. Like he's
got a live taping coming up.
It's a really good podcast, does he?
Yeah, I'll let y'all know. It's up here.
Oh, that's what's up. I might have to make a trip. That ain't nothing. So in the chat, they talking about comment sections. Y'all say comedy and conviction come up. Give me more. Give me more comedy and conviction. Like I get the comedy, but tell me about the conviction in the comment section. Talk to me about that. Brina, what do you think of just when you hear comment section? What do you think?
I mean, I think I'm gonna have to agree with comedy. Especially there are like certain types of videos that you see on social media that immediately you have to take a flight to the comments just to see how everybody else is reacting, because you just already know it's going to be in shambles. So I think the comment section sometimes is a lot better than the video itself, just because 100%. Of how everybody else reacts.
Sometimes happen. That
so
does sometimes happen.
The best laughing I've ever done has been because of the comment section.
So I agree with you guys. There is that side of the comment section where people get to really experience a level of joy and jokes that are just good. You know what I'm saying? Just good jokes and whatever the case may be. Just having a good time. But y'all ain't touch on that other end.
So I was going to say, my first thought when I think about the comment section is every time somebody posts something, and I know within like the first 3 posts and probably repeated after that, you'll see somebody with a meme or something like, oh, shoot, the comments already started. And you already know it's about to be something. But then there's other times, depending on what it is, I proceed with caution because you got to understand whether or not, are these people with opinions that they formed on their own, or are they fed misinformation that informs whatever conclusion they come to? Are people reacting to a headline, or are they taking the time to try to really read through and parse through the topic at hand? Or shoot, depending on the situation, it's like, is this really the echo? Am I about to take a dive into the echo chamber and catch ricochets of everybody's same opinion? Or do I just protect my peace and move on? So I'll normally dive into the comment sections for the stuff where I'm like, oh, I know this is about to be hilarious.
So shouts out to Lost and Found. He said the "I know more than you" section, and then he said, "P.S. I'm guilty too."
Wow.
So I mean, listen, I do enjoy the whole joyful comic comedian section. I love that, right? The comments were better than the post. You know what I mean? I love that. That's always a good time. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But man, when you get into some of those echo chambers and when people just get dark, or the people, especially if you're on like Twitter or X or whatever the case may be, and then especially if people like hate whoever the original poster is, like it gets dark quick. You feel what I'm saying? It can get real dark real quick.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll be looking like, or I just be thinking to myself like, there's some stuff I see. There's a lot of stuff I see online that I just would never want to comment on. You feel what I'm saying? I remember this woman was showing, she was showing her baby. And then, of course, people make choices to post stuff and show their child or whatever the case may be. And I think she said, put something like, I thought my child would look like this, but she looked like this. And I think it was in a mixed relationship, right? And her child looked a certain way. And I guess my thought was like, why do people even want to comment on this? Why don't you just move on to the next? You feel what I'm saying? If you got, and I don't know, I come from that generation. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, you know what I mean, don't say it. You feel what I'm saying? Different things of that nature. And so, which is going to be funny later on in the show. But anyway, I don't understand why people either want to drag, tear down, crush, cancel, destroy people in the comment sections. And I don't understand why sometimes people just don't mind their business. You feel what I'm saying? Or or what are people doing? Like you got all kinds of life and time that you could just be commenting like all day long. Like who has time for this? Who has time for all these comment section arguments? Who has time for this? And who do these arguments ever win? Who do these arguments ever win? Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? It can get crazy. You feel what I'm saying? When everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. I think the people who have the negative comments or go out of their way to be negative in their comments should absolutely, have some level of self-policing and accountability in that. But that's a lot to expect in this day and age of society where social media exists for people to get their opinions off and feel like it matters, or say a lot of the things in public that they normally wouldn't say on a public platform, or the things that they might say in private but feel protected through, an IP address or something like that. But also to the extent of, or to the example that you just gave, why do people feel the need to overshare online? And if you share, you've now opened it up to everyone's scrutiny. So you fail to, like, I see certain things where, like I saw a video one time where, a parent was punishing their child for whatever situation they were punishing them for. They punished them by cutting off all their hair. Yeah. And in so doing, they've made it available now for everybody to comment on your parenting style, but also on the appearance of the child, on the situation that you divulged of what exactly your child did to essentially what you believe warranted whatever level of punishment you did. So now people are attacking the child. You failed to protect your child in that instant. Like your judgment was poor, and your lapse in judgment has now opened the floodgates to whatever comes with that.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of times I feel like anonymity and privacy is a superpower. Because if people are so anxious to share but not willing to receive whatever opinions come with what they shared, maybe you shouldn't share.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think,
I think
Bless One and Monique were saying the exact same thing. My bad,
they
Monique.
were. No, I mean, I think in this social media age, people care more about creating content than they actually, think about protecting their privacy. Like that's really not an issue because they have to get their views up and get paid. So
Yeah.
that's the
You'll
goal.
literally see somebody go in and half the time people's stuff are posting, like, to bring this point, they're creating content. It's probably not even true. They're just trying to see how many hits can I get on this. And a lot of times you'll see that too. Somebody will post something and then you go in to see what the comments are. And the first comment is the poster saying, while y'all here, check out my TikTok shop, or while y'all here, blah, 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 blah. I do this too. I sell this. I create this, whatever. And it's just the idea of drawing engagement.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times I find myself looking at something posted, looking at how much engagement they got. And I've literally had times where I went and my comment was, because I dropped in the comments and I was like, you got the engagement you wanted.
Yeah, because you see how people are arguing and literally just going at it over a skit.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like,
like
this wasn't even real.
This it's not real.
Yeah.
And people are fighting. So
And that's true too. And y'all are absolutely right in what y'all are saying. Like, why even post it? But you know me, I am very much so what I can control, right? And I can control me. So even when people post stupid stuff, I don't have to go in the comments and further bash.
For me, it's always gonna go back. Yeah, for me, it's always comments, and I know I've said it on here before. The idea of, look, we live in a day and age where not enough people got punched in the mouth growing up.
That part.
If you say the wrong thing, when we were kids, you said the wrong thing about the wrong person, you had to see them and really stand behind and stand on business for what you said. And if your hands work, you can keep saying it.
You can hide behind the keyboard now, so it's not
exactly. So what I'm
they're
saying,
not gonna feel it.
Right? So they think. And I'm always going to go back to this example. There was a video from years ago, probably about 10 years ago now. Dude was online making music, and he would always say, like, I'm an artist, I'm sensitive about my stuff. If you drop a comment or whatever, just please try to be kind, encouraging, whatever the case was. And there was one dude who would always go in there and be like, kill yourself. Their music is trash. Blah, 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 blah. So dude ended up doing some back route stuff, reverse engineer, whatever. Found the IP address, found where it pinged from, and showed up at his house, showed up at his apartment, and was like, yeah, so-and-so user, blah, 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 blah. And he recorded the whole thing, was like, remember all that trash you was talking online about kill yourself and this, that, and the third? Because you thought you couldn't be found. Guess what? I'm outside your crib right now. Why you send your girl down to deal with me? He's like busting up his car and everything else, which to me is not wise either. But the idea of you can be found.
You can be found. You can be touched.
It's different when the consequence can come to you in real time. And I think people have no fear of consequence in 2026 because there's never anything nothing happens to them. If anything, they feel vindicated and justified or validated in whatever their opinion is because they're going to find the echo chamber in that corner.
That's true. Who do y'all think is worse, social media bullies or message board bullies?
People still on message boards, huh?
That's my thought process too. People
no, I'm saying who was what between the two different.
Oh, you talking about back in the day?
Yeah.
I still feel
they used
like
to argue back then too.
Yeah, they did. I still feel like social media bullies is the worst, though. More so than message board bullies. Mm-hmm. I feel like message board bullies meant what, like they felt what they were saying. You don't even cats just be trolling. You feel what I'm saying on social media sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's bots.
And it be bots. That's a whole other ball game.
Yeah.
And it be bots. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't even know. So sometimes there's like sometimes I feel despair in a comment section, right? Like I'll see the OP, the original post, and then I'll read what's going on. I'm like, yo, people really think this way? Like people really feel that way about that? And you know, but then you don't know what's bots or and then you gotta realize there are people that do feel that way about it, whatever the case may be, and be all up in one spot. And it's just be like, but then I have to remember also one thing that we don't do often enough is we will show all kinds of we'll say the comments matter and the likes don't. So it'll be like 25,000 likes to this original post and it'll be like 600 comments and we'll give more credence to the 600 comments than we do the likes. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
is silly. You know what I'm
Because you
saying?
don't read a like.
Because you don't read
You
a lot.
can't.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But these people, you know, they had children to take care of. They had work to do, and it was like, well, I do like this post, but I'm not commenting. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, Blessed One is silly. She said, I run. I ain't getting swung on no more. Last time I got punched was 2021 by an ex. I talk too much.
Yikes.
You gotta know thyself. You feel me?
And know how to bob and weave.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then W7 Mile, when attention becomes the new currency, outrage becomes the fastest mint. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I
You
just
said
wish
that
people
somewhere
would be,
before.
huh?
W7 Mile. I feel like they've said that somewhere before. That was too smooth. We got that written somewhere. That was great.
Listen. So I don't know. I just wish people would be kind to one another. You feel what I'm saying? I guess I'm probably asking too much, especially in this political climate. But I wish people would be kind to one another. I really do.
That's
Speaking about people being kind to one another, make sure to like, subscribe, do all the things, share, tell a neighbor, tell a friend. You are tuned right here into the Tastemakers Pod. We do this 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was about to say every Wednesday, but that's just not true. So
we have every
that's not
Wednesday
true.
aspirations. That's what we
We have every Wednesday aspirations. You feel me? We do. There was a conversation that is had every Wednesday about, hey, who's gonna be on this night? Who's we got time? We got this happens. Like we have plans. The intentions are pure. You feel me? But yes, be kind because God indeed is watching, and other people are watching as well. And we have to be an example to those that maybe will never open up a Bible, they'll never walk into a church. We have to be living epistles, right? Read of men. So yeah. We definitely got to do that. Speaking of kindness and being exactly opposite of kind.
wonder what this means. I think.
All right, so listen. No, for real though. All right. If you, I mean, I'm talking about really, y'all. I'm not talking about you just in your feels. You just can't. I'm talking for real. You get an invitation
This made it.
from the President of the United States.
You knew he was going to pull this card.
I
come to
did. I
dinner.
really did.
Would you come to dinner with Donald Trump?
I think you should answer first.
Yep.
But y'all know my answer.
We don't. That's why we're asking.
Y'all know me. Y'all know my answer.
No, sure.
No.
People don't know.
I-
We potting, right?
okay. Huh?
So we potting, right?
Listen, so most people who have watched it know me for a long, you know me, quote's the guy who loves opinions, perspectives, the different Jimmy Jam, sort of a case may be. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's not too many. It's just I will sit down at a table with just about anybody to hear their perspective, to see another side of them, to who knows, allow the Holy Spirit to use me to speak something into their life. Who knows what can happen? You feel what I'm saying? But I'll sit
Lost
at
found
a
got
table.
chill.
What Lost said. Going in, oh, Nikki slide through too. That is wild.
A whole shame.
That is wild. That's hilarious. But I would
Nope.
go and sit with Nikki even in the midst of this climate right now too. I'm just saying. So yes, anybody who knows me knows you've heard me say on this pod all day long. I don't trust our current president as far as I could throw him. If he was in my house, honestly, I ain't gonna front with you. I would not leave him alone in my house with my daughters. Do you feel what I'm saying? This is what I think of this guy. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And if I got that invitation, I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna see what you got to say. I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind a little bit too. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm gonna enjoy this food. You know what I mean? Because I figure you probably eat good. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean. But I guess I think of scriptures like, he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You feel me? You feel me? I think about that. I think about Jesus eating with the tax collectors and the people that people didn't really rock with. I mean, we say "woe is me" to the tax collectors, but that really wasn't it. It ain't really "woe is me." The tax collectors was out there like heavy taxing their own people. You feel me? They was, tariffs, anybody? But anyway, they was out here heavy taxing their own people. You feel me? And Jesus attracted them. They sought after Jesus, and Jesus sat with them. And of course, the religious leaders of the day, the high priest, I know the comments is going crazy, was like, look, man, you know what I mean? Why would you even sit with these people? Why do you sit with the sinners? Why do you sit with listen, man. So I sit with this joker. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. And I'll sit with him, and I'm gonna be a little respectful. I mean, he is the president somehow. Yeah. Majority of America did vote him in. He did get not just the electoral college, but he also got majority of the vote. I don't know. It was electric. Boogie woogie woogie. You feel me?
But ICDC worked for me.
Listen, hooked on phonics all day, but yeah. So there's not too many people I would not sit with. I think Hitler might be the only person that I could think of that would be. I'm not sitting with this cat because I might not walk away from that table. Anyway, you feel me? But yeah. So I guess that's my thought on the process. I'm always willing to sit with people, even if I don't agree with them or don't like with them. I'm willing to sit with them, and I know that's not everybody's piece. That is who I am. That is my piece. You feel what I'm saying? And I think I am following my Lord and Savior Jesus as I take that perspective myself. For me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What y'all going to the invitation and not Brina? Not yet. Charles, go first.
That's messed up. That is messed up.
Listen.
Oh my goodness. Dang, she quit. She quit mid-show.
No, I'm not gonna quite do that.
What you got, Charles? What you got?
I'll say this. I'm gonna pray about it if I get the invitation.
Amen.
Because I'm inclined to decline. The reason being is I think you don't have to accept every invitation that comes your way, regardless of the audience. It is not mandatory that I entertain your audience or that I be entertained by it. And there are a lot of things where simply showing up can place you in a particular set of circumstances that will follow you. It's not like going on a private date with somebody and this was the example that I had in my head when you mentioned it. Women will, and I'm very much generalizing, but Brina, you can back me up on this if I'm right. You can check me if I'm wrong. There will be guys that a woman knows there's absolutely no way, shape, or form that this is going to go anywhere. However, I like food. And I know you're paying for this food, so I'll show up. I'll fake laugh every time you say a joke, and I'm gonna sit there until this meal comes and be like, when they do a little fake laugh thing, it's like I'm gonna, kiki and all that stuff, enjoy this meal, and then I'm gonna leave, and we're never gonna talk again. That's a private situation. There are still people to this day who, like a Chrisette Michele, she showed up just to sing at his last inauguration and pretty much suffered professionally from
Yeah.
that. You have situations where simply standing next to the person calls into question whether or not you validate the actions of that person. And yes, Jesus ate with the tax collectors and was with, people that society would have deemed enemies. Jesus was also the savior of humanity. I am not the savior of humanity. So I need to hear from the Holy Spirit, look, in spite of how I feel
Yeah.
and all the different ways in which I know this could impact me one way or another, is the photo op, is the clout, is the what? Because some people would look at it and be like, but this could be an opportunity to try to, get up in with whatever, rub shoulders, and potentially reap the benefits of that on the inside. You're saying nah, but I'm saying people exist that way.
No. I agree with you
But
100%. That people would.
but
I
for,
guess
for
I'm
me,
saying, for me, I was
it's
like,
it's
nah.
do the pros outweigh the cons? And if the pros don't outweigh the cons, then okay, Lord. But if this is your will for me to be in this space and you're going to use me some way, shape, or form to make an impact, even if it's planting a seed, if it's watering a seed that's been planted, whatever the case is, all right, God, I'm going to do it because you said so. I'm going to need like real clear instructions. I'm going to need the biggest sign, and I'm going to need the clearest voice of what I'm supposed to say or do while I'm there. Otherwise, I ain't going. What you call it? The women's team, the U.S. women's hockey
Soccer?
team.
Hockey?
No,
Yeah.
hockey. The men's hockey team was just there at the
Yeah.
State of the Union.
Yeah.
The women's hockey team didn't show up. They said
So
it was
I
for
was.
logistic reasons.
Not
I
gonna
heard
be able to
However,
do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I heard
they
the
said it
women's
was
joint
based
was
upon.
coming, but no.
No.
They're not going to be able to make it. They said it was based upon logistics and everything. However, it came out that the comments that he made in the locker room with the men was like, well, I got to invite the women because if I don't, I might get impeached. And they saw that as a slight to them as women who also represent the nation and won a gold medal while carrying this flag and banner
Yeah.
on their back. But you look at them as less than, and you feel like, oh, I only got to invite them because it needs to look like it's equal, as opposed to, yeah, we should celebrate their victory too in a genuine manner. I feel like they were like, yeah, we're not going, but we can come up with a reason why we're not going.
Yeah.
Same thing. Jalen Hurts was like, you've had other people who've turned down the opportunity to sit with this man,
Yeah.
even if they're supposed to be
For sure.
honored. So
And that's fine. And again, I'll never judge those people as to why they didn't or why they would. You feel what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm asking a lot of times people not to judge people just because they do go. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe they do recognize the office or whatever the case may be. I'm asking people to hold off on reservations and judgments on that too. Now, as far as any clout chase and whatever the case may be, that's not really I know people would do that. That's like I said, that wouldn't be my move. And then I'm a for the most part, I'm a man with no real reputation. You feel what I'm saying? So if people looked at me going and they thought a kind of way about me, I'd be like, well, that's just how you think about me. If you don't know me, you don't know me. If you know me, you know it ain't on that time. But if you don't know me, you're going to make the opinion you make, and that's going to be the opinion you have on me, and that's just what it is. And I really could care, at my age, I could care less about your opinion. You feel what I'm saying? How you think about me. And if you want, because if you really want to know, you can, there's conversations to be had. You can search the internet. You can do what you need to do.
I do have a real quick question before we get into Sabrina's answer, and I don't want to keep you from giving yours. I know it's about to be fire.
My bad, Brina. I know how this is gonna go.
He don't want to hear it. You do?
No, we do. We do.
I think I know how this is gonna go.
But so
okay, all right.
Quote,
Okay, let's
quote like, I wouldn't go. You would go.
Yeah.
The circumstances of your invitation, do they matter?
The circumstances.
Or is it just, hey, I was asked to come and do dinner with him? If there's the idea of I'm going, like, I think there have been other people who've been invited to dinner with the president and they've had their agenda in mind of what they're going to speak on. And they went in with expectation that, yeah, we'll be able to talk about this agenda. He's going to take it seriously. And then they walk away feeling like, I think we made some amazing progress, only to turn around and be like, yeah, nothing happened. You just got to sit with them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like, and see, and then I'm the kind of person that doesn't like the way that Ice Cube was done. I'm the kind
Hmm.
of person who doesn't like the way that Chrisette Michelle was done. You feel what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't like that. That's not cool to me. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
but
I don't think
I'm not
that's
even talking about how they were done. I'm talking about the idea of we went with intent to have conversation and think that we were breaking bread and making progress in certain areas, only to figure out that no, it didn't matter. It was all performative.
And sometimes things do be performative. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I'm
Hmm.
not a mind reader nor am I a predictor of the future. So I don't know what's going to be performative and what's not necessarily, right? And
Hmm.
again, I don't know in proximity what Holy Spirit can get me to say to do whatever. I don't know what God has rocking because God be cooking and we don't be having a clue. You feel what I'm saying? And they be like, "Oh,
Hmm.
okay, just we'll work it out." You know, I'm just saying I don't know, and I'm not, I'm not trying to make this. I'm just saying what I would do. I respect what anybody else would do. I just think as a culture, I wish more people would respect the Chrisette Michelles, the Ice Cubes, the people who maybe went and had the meeting or whatever the case may be. Especially, I mean, Cube went with an agenda trying to really do joint. Now, did anything probably come out of that? I don't know or think so. But the way people dogged Cube for that, I thought was whack as Hades.
So I don't think that he should have been dogged for it. I do think at some point in time, if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's not a dog.
No, we know
And
this dude's a duck. You
if
know what I
people,
mean?
that's what I'm saying. So if
But
somebody
but but
shows
listen,
them
just because
supposed
we,
to be
especially as
something,
Christians though,
hmm
as Christians though, right?
hmm
We know you a duck. You an
hmm
evil man, in my opinion. I already told you my thoughts on it. You can't be at the crib with my. You feel what I'm saying? I've had this conversation.
hmm
I've made this statement on here plenty of times about this dude, and this
hmm
does not mean that his soul cannot be saved.
it does not mean his soul cannot be saved, but it also doesn't mean that you have to be the one to do it. That's why I'm saying the pray to the Holy
No,
Spirit
no, no, no.
on direction on
And
how to go about that. Because there
yeah,
may be
yeah, of
somebody
course, always.
specific that's assigned to him, but everybody else doesn't need to go up there. The same thing, the same Bible that talks about salvation also speaks to the idea of if someone is warned enough times or given enough information and they continue to not
turned
take in the
over to
information you give
themselves,
them,
their own reprobate mind.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
If
I
he's
got it
shown
again.
himself in a pattern and this is like the analyst side of me, if there are patterns that are happening and every step of the way the pattern just repeats itself, at some point in time you got to recognize, okay, they are who they are and it's going to take an act of God to change them.
And
And unless
normally
God is telling
acts.
me to be that person that he's acting through, I'm not going to waste my energy or efforts there.
I mean, I hear you, and again, I am a little bit off. I'm probably a little bit more. I don't know if the word is hopeful or whatever the
Hmm.
case may be. I already told you how I feel about our current president, but
Hmm.
I would love to see
I have
his
hope.
soul. Yeah, I would love to see his soul saved as I would anybody else. And I don't think I ever count anybody out, even if I currently think you are a what I currently think about you. You feel what I'm saying?
But I don't
So I
think
don't
that
know
has anything
what.
to do with the topic, though. The idea of like soul being saved or counting somebody out versus just the idea of I'm not wasting my time.
Oh no, no, and
That's
then I'm
not me
saying
saying
if
that
you don't
I'm
want to
counting them
waste your
out
time,
or
that's fine.
yeah.
I'm telling you, I think almost every life is worth my time. I think like if the Lord can use me for whatever case may be, I'm willing to give that time.
I'm about to be real jerky. How'd that work for the Jehovah's Witness?
Ha ha ha! That was real jerky.
And
That
like,
was
He
real
missed
I'm
that
saying,
jerky.
I'm
part.
saying, I'm
But
saying that, I'm
my
saying that
point
being
is,
facetious, but at the same time, if we spent more time really trying to hear from God on where to spend our time, we wouldn't be wasting our time.
and I feel
Yeah.
that as well, right? As we should acknowledge him in all our ways, and he'll direct our path. Jehovah's
Mhm.
Witness, come on now, motives were not pure. You feel what I'm saying? All right, come on now. We know
You tell
motives were
us.
not pure. All right, we call
It was
that missionary dating, and you know motives were not pure. I was trying to fill on that booty. You feel what I'm saying? And I was
He was trying to lay
in my
hands.
early 20s. What are we talking about? You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
That is called reverse evangelism. That's what happened.
It did reverse evangelism
It
is
did.
what happened. You feel what I'm saying? And that's on me. At that same time, we're not motives or an intention matter. With that being said, Brina.
Okay, so
Brina, are you going to if you're invited to meet with President Donald J. Trump for dinner, are you going?
okay, so personally, I would respond the way that my role model, the prophet Daniel, responded. And I would just say, I'm not going to defile myself. I'm not going to show up. I would
Daniel
really
still
refuse-
did work for the king, though. Okay,
He worked for him, but he just, we're not going to eat this. I'm not going to sit at this table.
But if you got a dream, I can interpret that thing for you.
I can't, Payroll is one thing. Dinner
Listen,
is
the
something
gifts are without repentance, huh?
So we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But I mean, seriously, like based on his reputation, who he has pandered to, who he has claimed to be harmed. You should not sit and eat with someone who is like that. Now, do I think he's
unredeemable?
I don't think that. I can't say that. But based upon a certain demographic of people that he associates with, that he claims to be a part of a specific community of people who claim to be believers.
But those people are there to kiss the ring.
I understand that, but I don't want for optics. I don't want to be.
They want that proximity to power. They want all that.
I don't want to be a part of it. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want the photo op. I don't want it to be misconstrued. Heavy on the I will not defile myself. I would send that message back on a parchment on purpose.
I wouldn't touch you with a 25 and a half foot pole.
You nauseate me.
Nope.
So again, nope. I think there's just, different tools for different jobs, different graces and different purposes for different people. I respect those that be like, yo, I would never. And I just wish in our culture, I don't see a lot of the I would never people respecting those that would.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that.
And so again, the Cressettes, the Cubes, then the other names that have come up throughout or whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody's got their part to play in this thing, and we all can't play the same part. Mm-hmm. That's not even intelligent. You know what I mean? By any means, there's many ways to skin a cat. So I guess until it is time for us to come together to make a decision to do whatever, for a certain reason, and that's a whole other ball game. It has a lot of conversations behind the scenes, yada yada yada. Anyway, because there is unity.
I'm sure Woody eat carrots for a week.
Judah.
Shouts out to Judah in the chat. Hey, carrots ain't that bad. What are we talking about? Carrots
Surely
ain't
they're
that
not.
bad.
It's a different type of.
That bad. A different type of orange. Listen, y'all is wilding. I. So, real quick, Brandy's national anthem at the All-Star game.
You're supposed to be kind, quote.
Listen. Let's operate using the sandwich method because that is kind. We know Brandy is Brandy. Okay?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We know Brandy is the vocal freaking Bible. We know Brandy and Monica just had one of the most successful tours, definitely of the year 2025, without a shadow of a doubt. I went. Mm-hmm. It was excellent. Loved it. We know Brandy has made great albums. We know Brandy is Brandy. You feel what I'm saying? And was that Brandy doing the All-Star joint? Or was that her background singers doing that? Like, Like what?
That was Brandy doing that. And anyone who knows Brandy's voice for real, will understand that that was her voice doing all the background vocals too. They were performing to a track.
It was very well
And
produced.
therein lies the problem.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
very
that's-
well produced. They were performing to a track. If you listen
Yeah.
and you hear, unless she managed to find the 3 women on the planet who
Who
can do
sound the most like
identical
her.
voice and runs to her,
Right.
because Brandy's voice is extremely distinct. That was a big part of her appeal. And also watching her at points in time move the mic, but still hear her voice come through. That's when I was like, why is she lip singing? You
So
don't
I thought-
have to do that.
I thought the background singers were, and I definitely saw that she was lip singing. I could see the same, but I thought the background singers were, what's some girl? Somebody else's background singers that are known. I can't think of their names right off. Or I think the wife would know, but she's knocked out over there. But anyway,
I have to look and see. Not the Amores.
I don't know if it was. And then let's be honest, though Brandy is the vocal Bible, dare I say, Brandy can't's not the word I'm looking for.
I know you weren't about to say Brandy can't sing.
How can you be the vocal Bible and not be able to sing?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. You
I just
can't.
want to. I just want to make sure
Just
that
will-
we, like, you ain't lose
No.
your mind.
No.
We can't
have
be
an
picking on
intervention.
screen with that one.
Yeah, no.
We was about to have an intervention.
But what I'm saying is, I don't know that I want to hear Brandy sing everything.
I would agree with that, especially her singing the national anthem with Jennifer Hudson in the room. I could get it. I get your point. I get your point.
I think I'd rather. A lot of times, it's different types of vocals, right? Like I said, we know
different songs,
Brandy is
yeah.
Brandy. We know Brandy as the hit maker. We know Brandy as the vocal Bible. But again, what Brina just said is so true. When it comes to that more straight singing, whatever you want to call that, you got Jennifer Hudson in the room. Let her go and scream her face off. And do a great job doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So different styles make different fights, right?
Yeah,
styles
about
make
the
fights?
style. About the style. I'm gonna say something, and this was something I didn't want to have to get into. I've shared it though with a few other people in my opinion. So
Are you about to blaspheme right here on the Tastemakers Pod?
no.
Not like you almost did,
Right.
or we thought you.
I respect.
What y'all thought I was
I
going to say?
respect Carson's finest.
Wow.
But in the midst of respecting Carson's finest, I can also be honest enough to say the years ain't been kind to Brandy as far as with her style and her vocal choices. And when I say that, I mean she can sing incredibly. She can sing phenomenally. And we know her with the ability to do so. If you go to her Christmas album that recently came out and listen to Someday at Christmas, there's a particular run that she's kind of gotten stuck doing. And in that song, if she does 20 runs, she does this particular run probably about 13 times. During her national anthem performance, I kept hearing that run. And I'm just like, we know you can sing. We know you all are who you are. I almost feel like at points in time, it was overproduced and slowed down so that she can performatively run. And that's not required of you, Brandy. We know you're great. You're a legend. Just be you. Don't do the extras to try to impress because all the people you're trying to impress pattern themselves after you.
And they do.
Just be you. So it was for me, it was frustrating. Because I was just like, oh, she's better
And I
than
think
this.
ma-
She
I-
does
I
not need
think
to lip
that's-
sync. She don't need to do all these runs.
I think that's the word. When I watched it, I was low-key frustrated. Actually, you know what I said to my wife? I said Brandy cheated.
Yes. the lip
That's
sync
because she
itself
cheated.
was enough of enough of a thing for me to be like,
Hmm.
you you rob people of hearing what it's like when your mic is on.
Yeah. It
I
was
and so we
more of like
started
a
with.
well-produced interlude for me than a grandiose vocal performance. Like it wasn't traditionally when you think of the national anthem, like that's not what I got from that. So I agree with
Mhm.
y'all.
And
We started with the nicety. Okay.
because of the arrangement, it was far too long.
It did go longer than I think
It
it
went
felt like it
super
did.
long because it went
It felt
super
like it
Hmm.
did.
slow because she had to have all the space in between to do all the runs, which only then led for people's ability to really like when you have if you sing ballads or something like that from a critical standpoint, a listener is going to have more opportunity to pick those things apart because it's so much of it, as opposed to you get your quick 2 3 minute songs out or whatever the case is. So she
Hmm.
took something that would normally be about 35, 40 seconds and made it stretch to be about 2 to 3 minutes. And so at points, the camera switch and you see the players,
And
they're just sitting there just like,
it definitely felt that way. Like I said, I don't know what the time was, but it definitely felt longer for sure. And so, guys, we did the niceties. We did the critique. Again, in all
mhm,
kindness, we need to finish the sandwich method. Let's talk
she's
about
a
how
legend.
she's a legend. Vocal Bible. Can I say never? Whole freaking album, no skips. All right.
Full moon.
Can we say Full
Yeah.
Moon? Production out of this world. Of course, that was Rodney, but we'll never say never was Rodney too. But he went in his production bag on Full Moon.
Mhm.
He was
He
in the
did.
production bag on both, but he was crazy on Full Moon.
I'm
But
still thinking
anyway,
about her feature on Kanye's Bring Me Down.
we didn't even
Yeah.
talk about B Rocka. You feel what I'm saying? We didn't even talk
You know
about
what I'm saying?
rapping. Shouts out to Brandy.
Still
Shouts out to
beautiful.
Brandy.
She ain't really aged.
Shouts out. Yeah.
Don't lip sync me. Brandy, don't lip sync me.
Shouts out to Brandy.
You know
But
you're better than that.
if
Well,
anybody could pull
unless
that
unless it was something
performance
going on
off,
with
she
your
did
voice, I
though.
get that. But
She did it. So
I will wrap the show here on a very, very sad note. Can anybody say Moesha? Thank you, Bless One.
most of the
Gave us
eats of the
Moesha. You remember
and
how
was on Thea. People forget about Thea.
Ann was on
yeah,
Thea. Forgot about it.
yeah.
You're right. You're right. Listen, I forget. We forget all the time. I think one of the first episodes of Moesha had Out of Eden on it. Put Out of Eden on the joint. I don't know if y'all remember that or not.
I
I do
remember
know.
that. It was a Mother's Day episode. I remember that.
Yeah.
We can't talk
Wow,
about
I
Out
don't
of
remember
Eden
that.
though.
Why we can't talk about Out of Eden?
I feel like this is a topic.
It is. It's a
Because
long
Brina.
standing topic. It's a long
Okay.
standing topic.
Is it so?
Okay.
I think we
Yeah.
both love Out of Eden. I believe. Or do I? I think I love Out of. Do I love Out of Eden more than you love Out of Eden?
No, I think we're equally
Okay.
fans.
I
I don't know. It
deem
sounds
Out
like
of
you might.
Eden. I deem Out of
We're
Eden to
equally
be actually the soundtrack of my life. For real, for real. Just how it played out. Different things would occur in my Christian walk, and Out of Eden music would be the background, and their music would be the voice of, and God would use their music, and that's just I really revere Out of Eden in that way. With all that being said,
It's so interesting how many people go to Out of Eden and Trinity 5-7, but nobody mentions New Joy.
I remember New Joy. Back to the Out of Eden real
I do
quick.
too. And unique.
Back to that Eden.
Unique.
Because there was a pregnant pause for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ah,
that second album,
See,
More Than You Know,
we're not gonna do it.
was horrible.
It was not horrible.
Horrible. And after the first album, that second album almost lost me their fandom.
That's
Thank God it didn't, because the third album came in and I was like, oh, this is it. We're back. And then the fourth album was great. And then the fifth album was great. Yada, 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 boom, boom, boom.
sophomore slump.
But that second album was horrible.
I strongly disagree. The whole reason why we are having this conversation is because eons ago, Quote made a best of Out of Eden playlist. Like, we're not talking about recently. This is years ago. And I'm looking at the playlist and I said, you don't have any songs from the More Than You Know album on here. No, I purposely left those off because they were terrible.
Listen, I told her though. I tried.
He
to
said
put
the
one
CD
song
was
on
locked
there.
in a storage unit. He wouldn't even listen to it.
I tried to put one of the songs on from the second album, and when going back and listening through the playlist, I couldn't justify it. I had to remove it. I'm like, oh my god, this is just take it off. I love Out of Eden. Love them. First album, third album, fourth album, fifth album. Shouts out to the hymns that came even after that. But that second album. And honestly, I think the second album helped to put them on the map. I think the white people loved the second album. Wow. But nah.
So why do you hate Out of Eden so much, Quote?
Yeah.
Come on, don't do that. Don't even do that. They was my heart.
Like,
don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just trying to understand. Like,
no, I got pictures.
What did they
and
do to
everything.
you?
I
know, like,
some.
You jaded?
I love the Kimmy girls. Don't do that to me. No. VA Zone 2 before they started repping Nashville like crazy. Or Tennessee like crazy. VA girls. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway.
What part of VA from?
I want to say Richmond, but I'm not sure. But I think it was Richmond. Yeah. But anyway.
You know, everybody gospel had to get to Nashville at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of what it is. All right, let's wrap it up on a sad note. Couple of people passed away within the last couple weeks. Of course, the bigger name from a cultural standpoint would be that of Jesse Jackson. And then unfortunately this week, from a Christian hip hop standpoint, would be DJ I Rock Jesus. I'm gonna let y'all talk on Jesse because we only got 12 minutes, so we'll kind of blend it together. Jesse Jackson, say a little bit, tidbit, whatever. DJ I Rock Jesus, say a little tidbit or whatever. Thoughts, legacy, legend. It's what you got?
Of course, you know, in the case of Jesse Jackson, I'll start with him first. It's always heavy, you know, when you lose, you know, pioneers, especially in the civil rights movement. Sometimes it feels kind of, it's like an indicator of the times that we're in a little bit. You kind of feel when you see people of that era starting to, you know, leave here. But, you know, he did contribute a lot. And, you know, his legacy is always going to be remembered, at least, you know, among the Black community. So seeing that pop up, you know, was just definitely, you know, I was sad to see that. The news about DJ I Rock Jesus was surprising. And even more so, you know, his contribution to Christian hip hop, and, you know, following everything that he's done over the years. Yeah, I was shocked to hear that. So, you know, rest in peace to them both.
Yeah. I think when I think about Reverend Jesse Jackson, I had a chance to actually see him speak in person because he had come to the church that I was at. So there's a certain memory that I have that I kind of went through with a bunch of other people that we were all there for a particular moment. But I just think, you know, he was, one point in time, he was really larger than life. He pretty much picked up the torch from Dr. King, was low-key handpicked by Dr. King to be like, yeah, no, you keep this going. And, you know, the Rainbow Coalition, presidential run. Low
One
key, like
presidential run.
if you wanted to, one might be able to say that his legacy is kind of Barack Obama from a presidential standpoint. From Chicago, representing Chicago, running for president, actually getting to a point where a black man was taken seriously in running for a presidential office, only to see Obama. Like one of the most famous pictures of him over the course of the past maybe 15, 20 years is him crying at Barack's inauguration and seeing the achievement of what he hoped to attain finally coming to fruition. There's, a man of the people. There's always going to be a side of these individuals that, we deem to be larger than life that folks don't know, or the ugliness that may try to come out to smear the legacy of him. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing stuff like that literally March 1st. They're going to at least wait until Black History Month before they try to come out with whatever it is. But, that in and of itself, rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. DJ I Rock Jesus. I know for a lot of us, like I lived in Hampton Roads for a good chunk of time, and he was a constant presence. And I'll say for me, like a lot of people on here don't know, I was an artist at one point in time and still, work on things right and everything. Maybe something will come of that here in the future. But I Rock put me on my first mixtape. I just remember him, just freckle-faced cat with glasses being like, hey, man, we should get together. We got to do blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be straight. He had his lisp, so, he's going to be straight 3 minutes to heat. And, like, just... and it's not the clown. It's just, like, some of the different character traits of him. I didn't get a chance to know him beyond the music that we did together. I think I made maybe, like, 2 or 3 of his mixtapes. And what, like I said, always see him out and about. It was always love shown. It was always love received. And it was always encouragement in the Lord and in career. And to get that news when I literally was just speaking about him hours before, just out the blue, he came up in conversation and was just going down history. And then hearing that, it was just like, yo, it's crazy. So I mean, like, well done, I Rock. I think a lot of people may not have necessarily understood just how much of a titan he was in the CHH space. And folks are starting to really kind of get a chance to see that. I think when I saw, because I know what he meant to 757. And I knew about, a lot of things with Holy Hip Hop Awards and Rap Fest and everything else, all the other places he would travel and all that stuff. But then when I started seeing like the Rapzilla's post and different other artists and stuff that honestly I forgotten that I had connection with, and they posted, and I'm like, oh shoot, how did they pop up on my timeline? Oh, because we know each other. Oh shoot, yeah, no, I Rock worked with them too. I remember them on this mixtape, or Straight Ministry Heat 4 or whatever the case was, and just thinking like, I know he's up there with God. I know he's celebrating in the presence of the King. I think it would be really dope though if he could actually get a chance to really understand the impact that he had on people. That's my story. So that's my story. But
both of these individuals honestly make me think of the complexities of human beings and the complexity of legacies, the layers that we have, how we are good days, how we are bad days, different things of that nature. Both of these gentlemen are legends in their own right. Um, children.
Somebody
Not even
late.
children, but older children. It's the grown children that you gotta really worry about. It's the grown ones that come in the house at this time of night and don't send you a text to say turn off the alarm first. Anyway, um, doing a show. You need something? Okay.
Parenting in real time.
Real time, just like that. Um, both of these gentlemen are legends, and both of them have made an impact that, honestly, I hope in my life to be able to make the kind of impact these gentlemen have made.
Yeah.
Jesse Jackson, from a political, cultural, black culture standpoint, uh, I Rock Jesus from a CHH, helping move the genre ahead standpoint, or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna do what I don't normally do, right? I don't normally believe that you should. Normally, you got to give it time to breathe before you speak about the other side of people who have just passed. And as great as Jesse Jackson has been and did, and what he meant for the culture, and I've even heard a lot of politicians, young black politicians, talk about how he really helped to come in and be a mentor for them, and really, extended their clout for them, and just was there for them to teach them the game, or whatever the case may be. And it's all beautiful, and those are the complexities of human beings. And low key, I still kind of feel like Jesse had something to do with MLK. I'm just saying, that's kind of how I feel. And then, for those that don't know, listen, man, it's been crazy on my timeline. I'm from VA, and I've just seen people, my friends, artists that I've worked with over the years, and whatever the case may be, just everybody's been loving on I Rock Jesus as I Rock Jesus loved on them. But unfortunately, that wasn't my experience. You feel me? Before I Rock Jesus was I Rock Jesus, you know what I mean, that people kind of knew, or whatever the case may be, me and him had some altercations in the early 2000s, in which I guess I'm gonna say there was some misunderstandings, but he got me good in a joint that was real important back in the day. DJs and radio cats and catalogs and stuff like that, and he got me from my catalog. And we never got to really patch that up, I don't think. And I think I forgave him for it, but I don't think I ever really trusted him again for it, whatever the case may be. This is just the complexity of people. You feel what I'm saying? I know, obviously, I missed out. You feel me? Because I hear of just all my friends, people I love, like Charles, talk about how gracious and how loving and all that stuff I Rock was to them. And I know so many cats that I Rock helped to platform, that I Rock loved on, and that toured with I Rock. Just did so many things with I Rock. You feel what I'm saying? And unfortunately, that just wasn't my story and what I got to experience. So it's been a little tricky for me over the last day. As I said, my timeline has been nothing but tributes. Rightfully so. He ran a good race. You feel me? Rightfully so. But that wasn't really my interaction with him. Unfortunately, went a little different. And that's the complexity of human beings. And that's the complexity of this life that we live. And the complexity of how we'll mean to different people when we pass on. And I'm sure there's somebody in this life that I've done wrong, that I've done dirty. And I might not even know I did it. You feel what I'm saying? Or I might not remember. And everybody deserves that grace as human beings, because that's all we are is human. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give both of those gentlemen their props as legends and acknowledge some complexities of things that, you know, or my experience with one, and then I've always felt with Jesse that the MLK thing, I don't know why I felt like he was a Fed. But anyway, sorry. Anyway. Good show. All right, guys, it's time to get out of here.
On that note,
Oh my gosh. Just
It's
happened.
12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. It is time to get out of here. So, Tastemakers Pod, Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. That is what it is. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Everybody in the chat. Thank you for Blessed One, to Lost and Found, to Litany, who was in there all day, to my wife, who is now asleep, to all the other people that even just didn't even say nothing on there. Judan was on there. W7 doing big things. Shouts out to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. And yeah, I mean, you know, yeah. So anyway, that is Charles. That is Brita. I am Quote. And we'll catch you next time on the Tastemakers Pod. Good night.